Farmers around the world are making their voices heard today. In India, farmers want assured crop prices, but demonstrations have turned violent after Indian police fired tear gas into the crowds. Farmers in several European countries are also taking to the streets today, hoping to combat production cost hikes, reduced profits, and unfair competition from non-EU countries. Violence in India today as police fired tear gas into crowds, detaining some farmers who tried to break barricades blocking their way to New Delhi. The farmers are demanding guaranteed crop prices in a repeat of protests that bogged down India's agricultural sector in 2021 when farmers camped on the capital's outskirts for more than a year. Police have sealed multiple entry points into New Delhi with barriers of giant metal containers, barbed wire, spikes, and cement blocks. The government has banned large gatherings in the capital and suspended internet service in some districts to prevent communication among the protesters.
हाँ, देखिए किसान कितना पीसफुल है, कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा, फिर भी आप ऊपर क्या बोलते हैं, रॉबर्ट से ऊपर से हंजू गैस फेंके जा रहे हैं, ड्रोन से.
The demonstrations come more than 2 years after Prime Minister Narendra Modi withdrew controversial agriculture laws that had triggered the first set of protests. The government said at that time it would set up a panel of farmers and government officials to find ways to ensure support prices for all farm produce. Multiple meetings since then have made no progress.
अनाज पैदा करके दिल्ली ਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਆ, ਸਾਰੇ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਆ, ਇੱਕ ਅਨਾਜ ਪੈਦਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਅੱਜ ਬੰਬ ਚਲਾਏ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ।
This time around, the farmers are asking for legislation that will guarantee a minimum support price for all farm produce. Farmers are also pressing the government to meet its promise to double their income and waive their loans. They say they will protest in New Delhi until their demands are met. The protests come just months before a national election in which Modi is widely elected to win a third term. Farmers form the most influential voting bloc in India. Meanwhile, in Europe, farmers in Italy, Spain, Hungary, Belgium, and Poland have been demonstrating for days as part of ongoing protests against European Union farming policies. They're demanding measures to combat production cost hikes, reduced profits, and unfair competition from non-EU countries. Farmers complain that the EU's policies on the environment and other matters are a financial burden and make their products more expensive than non-EU imports.
It will bring the prices up by probably 17–20%, and we will have to do that as well. So at the end of the day, the price of the flowers will be higher in the actual shop, and the customers will be paying more.
Farmers are also concerned that the EU's Green Deal, which calls for limits on the use of chemicals and on greenhouse gas emissions, will result in a reduction in production and income. Polish farmers, in particular, have been vocal about the impact of cheap food imports from neighboring Ukraine. The European Commission has made some concessions over the last few weeks, including shelving plans to halve the use of pesticides and other dangerous substances. However, the demonstrations are expected to continue over the coming weeks, with a major protest being organized in Spain on February 21st.